The flypaper hanging from the ceiling somehow had actually turned into sausages. 1,000 years later, vendor broke off a sausage. He discovered it was densely covered with fly corpses, but the boss used these sausages to make pizza. Before the secret was revealed, food critic old Joe spread shocking news. He said the pizza shop sausages were made from baby meat, and there was also a human meat processing plant hidden under the shop. Once the news broke, the public was outraged. Protests immediately erupted. The shop owner couldn't defend himself. He could only let people come in to inspect. However, no matter how they searched, they found no such basement. Old Joe of course knew he was lying, but those protesting crowds couldn't distinguish truth from falsehood at all.
How are we gonna prove we don't got a basement?
Leela suddenly had a brilliant idea. If they could publicly reveal the building's blueprints, all the rumors would collapse on their own. Unfortunately, because this building was so old, they couldn't find any related records at all. Just when everyone was at a loss, Hermes stepped forward. As an official, he had the right to enter the government archives to search for those building blueprints. So Hermes took his son to the administrative center. But the paper archives there were piled like mountains, practically forming a document maze. Hermes observed the size of insects on the papers. He successfully found the correct path. As they continued deeper, the surrounding archives became more and more chaotic. Finally, they came to a statue. Suddenly, the ground behind them collapsed, revealing a huge pit. At the bottom of the pit was an extremely sharp paper shredder. At the same time, the bookshelves ahead toppled one after another, just as the father and son were about to fall into the shredder. At the critical moment, Hermes pulled out a mini printer. He used it as a grappling hook and shot it toward a chandelier. They successfully swung to the other side of the pit, but just as they breathed a sigh of relief, a giant insect suddenly appeared. At the critical moment, Hermes grabbed nearby paper clips. He connected them together, instantly creating two sets of simple armor. Then he pulled out a paper document. He threw it like a throwing knife toward that giant insect. That insect smugly approached. The next second, its body was sliced into pieces by the sharp paper.